Hello, everyone, and welcome to the void between reality and the land of heckin' nerds. My name is Brian, aka He of the Void, and today we are going to be taking a look at the Age of the Primes Voyager class Prima Prime. And yeah, this is my first figure review from the new line, Power of the Primes. I want you guys to keep a running tally when we do Age of the Prime toys for how many times I accidentally say Power of the Primes. That's going to be a running theme. I might even do a compilation where I go back and count all the times I did that. But this is Age of the Primes. This is the new line. And we are finally getting representations, well, actual representations, because the Prime Masters from Power of the Primes were nothing more than glorified accessories. We're finally getting representations of the 13 Primes. And what better way to start than with the very first Prime? This is Prima Prime. He's the first Transformer created by Primus, and I figured there's no more fitting way to start off the new line than with the first Prime, primarily because it's the only one I could find, because Hasbro's distribution is garbage. Thank you, Hasbro. But anyway, yeah, this is based off of the design from the book The Covenant of Primus, where his likeness was first shown. And, of course, we will give you the customary look at Le Noggin. It's a nice noggin. I like it. Yeah. He does come with some accessories. It comes in two parts. He has the Star Saber. And you just slot that in and you can have him hold it. Now, you might notice this little slot. That is where the silver repaint of the Earthrise Matrix comes in. Look, they have released this Matrix with just about every Prime for the last 5 or 6 years. If you think I have run out of things to say about Optimus Prime's head, I have really run out of things to say about this Matrix. But that can slot in like so. And that does look neat. I don't know why you would place a piece of your god's spark, like his essence, on a sword. It was like with the Thundercat, the Sword of Omens. I never understood the Sword of Omens because, like, okay, so you're saying that the Eye of Thundera, the gem at the center of the Sword of Omens, is the thing that keeps the Thundercats alive, and if it was broken, they would all die. I don't understand having the life, basically your own heart, literally on the thing that's supposed to block incoming attacks. But my nerdy rantings aside, we will take that off, and we will put it where I do like to store it. We can have him display it in his chest, which is where the Matrix belongs, as it drops everywhere, in my opinion. So yeah, there is the Matrix. Yay for the Matrix, the first Matrix. And now we'll go into posability. Head is on a ball joint. We've got a rotation at the shoulder. Can go out that far. And that you can kind of get the transformation joint involved, but that involves breaking the whole back of the figure. Bend at the elbow. What's interesting is not only does he have wrist articulation, he has one of those flip over knuckle things, which I don't know why he has that, but yay, more articulation. Does have a waist swivel. Unfortunately, because of the kibble, it does get stuck on his legs, so he can't do a full 360. But he does have rotation at the hip, which can kick forward that far as I unpeg absolutely everything, and can kick back that far, but again, does get caught by the kibble, but he can do the splits. And, he has sort of a backwards crunch, but that's for transformation. But yeah. Oh, and toe articulation. He does have a ankle pivot. And at the knee, all of that good stuff. So yeah, I wish there was more color on this guy, but he was basically silver and gray in his appearance in the Covenant of Primus, so I wish there was maybe a little bit more blue, because I love this translucent shade of blue they have. It looks very nice. But yeah, I like the robot mode. I mean, that's kind of egregious. That's kind of an egregious backpack. Like, this couldn't have folded inside or something. Like you could have made this a little cleaner. This couldn't have hinged at all. But yeah, there's a robot mode. We will now go into transformation. First things first, we're going to open up his arms and just fold. Did I have it right? No, I did have it right. Then just fold the fist up like that. And then we're going to take this and just turn it 180, like so. Do the same with the other side. Fold the fist up. Turn this 180. And there's the arms ready to go. And then we're going to come to the back and just open up that whole back panel. And then we're going to just fold these white bits up like so. Now we'll raise the camera like that. Then we're going to come to the waist. We're just going to turn the waist, actually first fold out the wheels. Then we're going to take the waist and just turn that all the way around like such. Then we can take the head and just fold that back and it will clip into place. Next, we're just going to unpeg that, just push that forward. Then we'll take this whole section, and you'll know if you've got it right if when you bring down the arms, they go over this little tab there. Okay, camera. There we go. Then we can take the arms, and there's a little, let me lower the camera so you can actually see this. There's a little slot here and a peg there, and you're just going to tab that in like so. Yeah, that decided to come undone. 1 second, please, folks. Okay, now that that's in, then you can fold that in. And you'll know if you have it done right is in when you fold that shoulder panel in and it pegs in, that the wheel can spin. So you'll do the same on the other side. Just bring that in, and sometimes it doesn't like to stay slotted. Yep, and that's how you know you got it right. Then we will just swing this front panel down, and that will peg into place. These like to come undone, so just peg those back in, make sure the wheels are spinning. Then we're going to come to the legs. We're just going to bring these out and just fold them to the side for now. Then we are going to take the feet and just slot them in, and they will peg into place. Then you have a little bit of a hook tab, which you'll just slide in like that. Then you're going to want to bend this down so that when you fold it in, you can tuck the toes underneath that panel there. And then you just line up. There's a little tab here and a little slot there. And sometimes these like to come undone. And just slot those in and fight with these panels because they do not like to behave. And just slot. This one especially does not like to behave. The head likes to come undone. So once you have that all squished together, you're just going to take these wheels and just fold them down like so. And there you go. There you have your Age of the Primes, Prima Prime, in his vehicle mode. And it's sort of like a Cybertronian moon vehicle. And I do like it. Yeah. One of the most blatant cases of visible head syndrome I have ever seen on a Transformer. Now, I am giving this some leeway because they kind of give it a free pass because this is a Cybertronian mode. These are not the robots in disguise. This is fast travel mode, okay? So I'm willing to give some of the kibble a pass because they're not trying to disguise themselves when they're in a Cybertronian mode. But you couldn't have done anything to just not have his head? Like, doesn't dirt and stuff just go in his head as he's go in his mouth as he's driving around? But as for weapon storage, you can unpeg this, and then the sword will slot in between the legs. And I actually do like the way this looks because it breaks up the monotony of the color scheme. And then you can take this, the hilt, and peg it in like so. And again, it rolls as all rolling things should. But yeah, it's a decent vehicle mode. You're not going to be displaying this in vehicle mode. You're going to make sure that you have all 13 primes when they come out, all displayed together. Hasbro, I swear to God, if you make any of them a store exclusive or put any of them in 4-packs, I will find you. But my anger at Hasbro aside, it's a decent vehicle mode. We will go ahead and get him back into robot mode, and then I will give you my final thoughts on the figure. First things first, we'll just unpeg the weapons. Then we'll come back and undo the legs. Fold out the feet. And then just hinge his wheels in like so to fill up those cavities. And we will go ahead and raise the light camera. Then we're just gonna unpeg the arms, just move them aside, unpeg that, come down here, make sure that this is folded all the way out so you have clearance to fold up the head, fold that around, fold in the wheels. Then we can just lower the arms and that will peg into place nicely. Then we can fold out the fist, close the arms, rotate them. Same on the other side. Like so. Then we can give him lay sword. And there you go. There you have Prima Prime. Oh, and unpeg the legs, of course. Prima Prime back in his robot mode. And it's a decent figure. It's a good lead off for me. I'm interested to see how they do the rest of the primes. That's what I'm here for. All right, that's what everyone is here for. We are here for legitimate representations of the original 13. The primes that basically created Cybertron and that Primus brought into being to help him control Unicron. So it's great to have a representation of this figure. God, I wish there was some more paint on this thing because it's just gray and silver in it. And it looks fine, but definitely not the most exciting color scheme. Do I recommend it? Absolutely. Go ahead and pick this up, especially if you're like me who wants to put all 13 primes on a shelf together. Go ahead and pick them up. Maybe wait until you have a discount because this guy is $30. Kind of wasn't happy with that price tag. This does feel like a slightly bigger deluxe to me, more than a Voyager. But yeah, definitely worth a pickup anyway. So yeah, there you go. There is your Age of the Primes Voyager class Prime. I'm asking you like, comment, and subscribe. Check out all my links down below for all the places you can find me and support me. And yeah, remember, Growing old is mandatory. Growing up is optional. Be curious, be playful, and above all else, be kind. And I will see you next time.